In today's video, I go about installing the new laminate flooring that I've recently picked up as we push towards finishing the bigger interior jobs to make way for the furniture that's coming in the future. I hope you enjoyed this video, so yeah, let's get stuck in. Right, so this is the flooring I've ended up choosing. It's like a neutral grey colour. I know it looks a little bit greeny blue on camera, but yeah, it's a bit more neutral in person. And you can see what it looks like next to the carpet here. Quite a good match really. I think it'll look quite good once it's all laid down. So yeah, what I need to do now is just work out where each plank is going to be sitting. Unfortunately, they're a little bit too long to have two in front of each other. So every single section is going to need a cut somewhere. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I can have it so, you know, if I do cut one, I can use that piece at another side or another point in the floor. So yeah, I'll pick up with you once I've figured out how this is all going to work. Right, okay, so I've got everything laid down now. This is still only temporary because I've not figured out the sides yet, but I think this is basically where it's going to go. And what I've figured out is I can have two pieces like straight across, and then I only need to cut off this little square piece at the end, so that's not too much waste. And then once I've figured those out, then I can get some more pieces in there, figure out where I need to cut those, get those in, and then that's most of the floor done then. And then all I need to do then, just work out these wheel arches. And for these sections, I'm going to use the old flooring from a previous build because I've still got a laminate flooring that went around each wheel arch. So I'll just pull them out instead of pulling all the floor out. And yeah, I can get them sorted then. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it's looking now that I'm getting a bit more of it laid down. So what we'll do now, I'll probably get everything marked up, start pulling everything out so we can start cutting, put it all in temporary again, and if it all lines up perfectly, around the edges then where the interior is going to be sitting, I will be screwing this into the floor that's already screwed down to the battens, just so everything's a little bit more secure. Then none of the floor will end up moving then. So yeah, when it comes to this step, I'm not too sure what I'm going to do, to be honest. So it sits on a metal base, and the depth that it sits at for the original floor is quite thin. So now that I've put this ply floor in, that's already pushing the step up and it doesn't sit in its clips anymore. So every time you stand on it, it's wobbling around and it won't secure itself in. So obviously if I put this laminate floor into there as well and try and have that lip, the step's just not going to sit there. What I did originally is I did have some wooden pieces underneath it and I raised the whole section. But then from the outside, you could kind of see the little bit of wood and it looked a bit odd because there was a bit of a gap between the chassis and the step. So what I am thinking is, I don't know whether to cut this lip out and then the step will sit back down and have the floor come over the edge and then put like an edge trim over it, whether it be a wooden or a metal edge trim, and just try and finish it off that way. I'm not too sure how it'd look, to be honest, but to be fair, like this step, if you look at it, it's knackered anyway, so I am planning on getting a brand new step from Mercedes in the future, so I'm not too bothered whether, you know, if I cut this and it goes wrong, that's fine. I'm getting a new step anyway, so I don't have to just try it, take the lip off, see how it looks, maybe just see if I can follow that shape with the flooring and just see if I can get it to sit right, and then get some sort of edge trim that will go like in between the step and the floor, just to see if I can finish it off. So I'm going to be experimenting with that one. I'm not too sure whether I'll get that finished today or not. But yeah, that's pretty much everything I'm going to be doing now. So what I'll do is I'll get everything marked up, take it all out, start doing some cutting. Once this main section's back in, then I'll work out those wheel arches and I'll show you how I've figured that out. And then yeah, we should have the floor in this afternoon. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for this because it's starting to look a bit more like a camper van again now. So yeah. I'm all set up now. I've just got the flooring mounted to this table I've got. I'm going to be using a jigsaw just because I don't actually own a miter saw. I did borrow one last time for when I cut my previous laminate flooring, but I've not got one this time. So yeah, this should be decent enough. I'm just going to take my time going across here. I'm not going to rig up a straight edge or anything just because it's so small. I'll just take my time when I'm going through the cut. Luckily with the cuts that I am making, either side, the cut's actually going to be hidden. This goes under the front seats, and the other ones on the other side, they go under the rear step, so you won't actually see them anyway, but I will try and get as straight a cut as I can. So yeah, I'll put this on a time lapse now. I'll get these 6 pieces cut and then we'll chuck them in the van and see how it looks. So if your cuts are going to be visible, I would say put some masking tape over it and cut from the underside as well, just so you don't get any chipping. I might get a little bit of chipping doing it this way, but like I said, because it's not going to be on show, it won't matter anyway. So yeah, let's get this first cut done and see how it goes. So yeah, that's the first cut done. It has chipped it slightly, but like I say, it's not going to matter because you won't see that, but it's actually a pretty good cut. So yeah, I'll get the other 5 done now and then we'll put this flooring back in the van and then we'll see how it all looks. Right, so I've got the main section in now, as you can see. Went flawlessly really, all my cuts have been as they should. So yeah, I've not got any issues there. So now the next part is the tricky part. I need to figure out how to get the wheel arch pieces in. So like I said earlier, I'm gonna get the original cuts that I did for my old floor in the old build that I had. Offer them up to another piece of this laminate flooring, just see how it fits really. Right, okay, so it's the next day now and the flooring is installed. I managed to get it in yesterday. Didn't really have any issues with it, to be fair. It all went in pretty smoothly. So let me flip the camera around now and I'll show you how it's turned out. So yeah, here's the flooring installed now. I'm really happy with the outcome of how it matches the carpeting that we've done. Yeah, I'm really happy with the outcome, to be fair. This was what I was mentioning would be really tricky, but the piece that I had from the old flooring matched up with where everything was sitting really well. So I just did one cut and this just went in perfectly. It doesn't go into that little edge there and it doesn't come right to the edge on this side, but that doesn't really bother me too much because you're never going to see that. I don't use this door because that's going to be where the seating is. I have got one piece of laminate left, so if I want to, I could try and cut that into there and just finish it off in the future. So this corner section here is where I struggled the most. I didn't actually end up filming this because there was so much back and forth to cut in and bringing it in the van and seeing if it was fitting or not. And because I only have one camera, it meant that I had to keep moving the shot, so I just didn't end up filming that in the end. But yeah, I just struggled to get this corner section in because the piece that I had originally didn't line up properly. So yeah, it looks all right now. Again, up to here, once it goes underneath this black bar, you're not going to see any of this anyway because it's all going to be sectioned off with like a draw unit or something, depending on what I do with that area. Then we come to the side step area and I've not actually done anything with this yet. So yeah, like I mentioned earlier, I'm still not too sure what I'm actually going to do with this section yet. So if you could let me know in the comments whether you think cutting that lip off that step and sinking it down and then having a lip or an edging around the floor is a good idea, just let me know. Any other suggestions, yeah, drop them in the comments below. Just ignore how this wiring looks at the moment anyway. I've not fully figured out where it's gonna sit in its final form, so yeah, just, I know it looks a bit messy there in a moment and it looks a bit random, but just, yeah, bear with me while I try and sort what I'm doing with that. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how that job went, to be fair. I thought it was gonna be a bit more of a struggle, but it went in really, really easily. Not really sure why I'm surprised really, because all my cuts always go well. But yeah, I did, like I said, it was only that piece at the back behind me here that I struggled with. So yeah, it was a really easy job, to be fair. So the next job on the list is either going to be me putting the paneling on this door and the other sliding door and the tailgate. I'm going to be cutting a big piece of wood and cutting out the window and making something slightly fancy there. It's not something I've done before, so it's going to be new to me. And then the ceiling is going in as well, and I'm debating whether to do something slightly different with that as well, so stay tuned for that. What I would like to know from you guys, to be fair though, is going forward, would you rather have videos like this where it's just one individual job tackled in one video and it keeps them around 15-20 minutes long, or would you rather me tackle 2 or 3 jobs per video and then the videos maybe a bit longer, like maybe 30 to 40 minutes long, but it's a bit of a longer video, a bit more in depth? But yeah, I am still trying to figure out how I want to film these videos. You are a bit limited on creativity because you're in like a small space and stuff, so yeah, I'm trying to figure out and I'm playing with different ideas and stuff. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you want to see down below. If you enjoyed this video or you found it useful, please like and subscribe. Plenty more videos like this coming in the future. Got more photography videos coming soon as well. And yeah, I'll catch you in the next one.